ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, in the off season last year, I was doing a champion profile series where I was profiling all the champions in the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I will finish the champion profile series during this off season as well. Now I'm doing a driver profile series. I'm going to start this. I may do one a week between now and the end of the year, and maybe work into next year a little bit. But there are a ton of drivers that have been around the sport that have, won races in multiple divisions, but have never won a championship. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Some of these are going to be current, some of these will be retired. But there's some great drivers out there that have never won championships, such as Denny Hamlin, Mark Martin, Junior Johnson. Today's driver profile will be William Darrell Wallace Jr., or known to us in NASCAR world as Bubba Wallace. Born October 8, 1993 in Mobile, Alabama. Started racing at the age of 9, racing Bandoleros and legend cars. In 2005, he won 35 of 48 Bandolero races. Now, the Bandoleros are just like a mini car, a little bit bigger than a go-kart. They actually race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, a little infield course right there by the pit road. Busch actually has started to race and kind of tested one of those. It was on his social media feed. In 2010, Bubba Wallace began racing in NASCAR K&N, currently in NASCAR ARCA Menards Series East. NASCAR's Drive for Diversity. In his first race at Greenville Pickens Speedway, he won. Was actually become the youngest winner in Greenville Pickens Speedway history. Other drivers who we know, as we've gone over the years, was in that race: Ryan Truex, Martin Truex Jr.'s brother, Ty Dillon, Kevin Swindell, Brett Moffitt, and Coy LaJoie failed to qualify in that race. In the 2010 season, in the K&N Pro Series, then now ARCA Menards Series East, 10 races, 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He ended third in points. He finished 34th behind Ryan Truex and Brett Moffitt. He ran 3 full seasons in the K&N Series, 2010 through 2012, 37 races, 6 wins, 16 top 5s, 26 top 10s. In those 3 years, he finished 3rd, 2nd, and 7th in points. In 2013, moved up to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports. In 2 full seasons with KBM, 2013-2014, Bubba had 5 wins in his first season, 5 wins total with those 2 seasons. He finished 8th and 3rd in points. His career in the Truck Series, he ended up with has 49 starts, 6 wins, 15 top 5s, and 28 top 10s. In 2015, moved over to Roush Racing, not Roush Fenway, Kozlowski, Roush Racing, driving the number 6 Xfinity car. 2015 and 2016 full seasons. He ran quite well, had no wins, multiple top 5s, ended with 36 total top 10s, and finished 7th in points in 2015, finished 11th in points in 2016. In 2017, after 11 races, they had not found sponsorship. Roush and Ford Performance were sponsoring the car. They've had a few like Cheez-Its and a couple other one-race deals. Could not put together a full sponsorship. Ended up abandoning the season after currently at that time was 4th in points. Ended up finishing 20th. So his Xfinity career to date, 88 starts, 0 wins, 6 top 5s, 36 top 10s. With that happening in the Xfinity Series, he actually moved to the Cup Series in 2017. He'd raced 4 races in the number 43 Richard Petty Motorsports car for the injured Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola and Smithfield moved on to Stewart-Haas Racing the following year in 2018. So Bubba Wallace was able to drive the famed 43 car in 2018, 2019, and 2020. In his very first Daytona 500 in the 43, finished 2nd. I remember that race vividly. He had a really good shot of winning that. I actually thought he was going to win at one point. He ended up finishing 28th, and 22nd in his 3 years in points in the 43 car. During the 2020 season, during everything going on with the pandemic, there was some news out there that Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and Michael Jordan were going to partner with Richard Petty and buy Richard Petty Motorsports. Obviously, rumors are rumors. Denny Hamlin tells a story where he had heard one of these rumors, called his buddy, MJ, Michael Jordan, up, said, "Have you heard the latest rumor?" And Michael hadn't heard it yet, so he's telling Michael about it. And MJ was like, "Why does this have to be a rumor? Why don't we do something?" And they had a back and forth conversation, and 2311 was born, and Bubba Wallace was the driver. Very first full season for 2311 in 2021. One win, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, finished 21st in points. Not bad for a first-year team. Yes, it was a Toyota team. Yes, it was a satellite team for Joe Gibbs Racing, but they built their own cars, unlike what Furniture Row used to do. Furniture Row was really a satellite team because they built the cars and everything. In 2022, 2311 decided to go ahead and expand to 2 cars. Once they expanded to 2 cars, brought in the veteran Kurt Busch. As we all know, anywhere he's gone, he's made teams better. Same way with 2311 and Bubba Wallace. Kurt was able to win at Kansas earlier in the year. We all know that Kurt did get injured at Pocono. And throughout the playoffs, we've had Bubba Wallace in the 45 for owner points, with the 45 winning with Kurt Busch at Kansas. The 45 was in the owner point championship, so they put Bubba in it. That way, Bubba was a little bit better driver than Ty Gibbs, which Bubba's actually showed a lot of growth this year. If you look at what Bubba Wallace has done as of late, he is one of the top point getters. He's able to get his second career win at Kansas. So the 45 actually won both Kansas races this year. Let's take a look. Bubba had a 3rd place at New Hampshire, 8th at Pocono, 5th at Indianapolis Road Course, 2nd at Michigan, 11th at Daytona, 9th at Darlington, 1 Kansas, 7th at Charlotte Roval. He finished 10th at Kansas earlier in the year. He had 2nd at Daytona 500. He's had some really great runs. He is currently 20th in points, 1 point out of 19. As we all know, he did miss a race due to his suspension. So in his 33 races he's ran this year, he's got 1 win, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s. He's currently 20th in points. We know that he was suspended due to the incident at Las Vegas with Kyle Larson. I will say the penalty fits what he did. He has 2311 apologized. He has apologized as well publicly. He had tweeted out on Sunday, had some DoorDash, some humble pie while watching the race and helping his team do their best they can. So I think Bubba Wallace will move forward from this. If we look at drivers that have had some type of controversy and something similar to this, the one recent we can take a look at is one Noah Gragson. If we look back at Noah Gragson, what he had done at Road America when he straight up turned right into States Karam, Noah bounced back with a 6th place at Atlanta, had a DQ for front height violation in New Hampshire, and the next 14 races he's had 6 wins. Now, will Bubba bounce back like that? Probably not. But when Noah had a issue, he learned from it. He grew up from it. Bubba Wallace, I feel, will do the same thing. I feel that as we go forward, Bubba's going to be a better race car driver from this. That I predict big things from him in 2023. Definitely playoff contention. I had tweeted out a little bit of 2024, Bubba Wallace being in the championship hunt. That's my feeling. But as a driver profile series, Bubba Wallace is one of 60 drivers to win races in 2 of NASCAR's top 3 series. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series. He's won in the Truck and the Cup. He is 161st in Cup starts all time. Only 160 people in 74 years have made more Cup starts than Bubba Wallace. There's been 2,975 drivers make at least one start. Bubba has 2 career NASCAR Cup Series wins. He is one of 139 drivers to do that feat. Only 203 different people have won NASCAR Cup Series races in 74 years. Once he gets his 3rd win, which I'm confident he will, either later this year or next year, he'll be 1 in 110 drivers to do that. Our driver profile series this week is Bubba Wallace. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. And don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports sound content.